moving over to set 1, a quick refresher on the tier list. We've got Pet Pick, which is where we get to move one character from any of the tiers there where we think it has more potential or we just think it's a really cool character. S tier means it has proven itself in the field, and set 5 isn't going to impact it too much in terms of that. A set A is possibly could win an event and has consistently top cut events. B tier means it has top cut. It's shown results in the seasons. It has some results, or it may have a lot of potential moving forward with set 5. C tier is a lot of fun to play and could possibly top cut if you're very lucky. And D tier is we'd want them to be fun, but you're probably not going to have a good time when you are playing them.
Yeah, so C tier I wouldn't expect a top cut, right? C tier are your locals decks. S tier your cream of the crop. A's are you're probably going to see them in top cuts.
But then when we
easier might creep into top cuts kind of thing.
Oh, Mr. Kong's just going there. Any pet pick for Richard? Unfortunately, no, from set 2 there was no pet pick for Richard.
Yeah, and the pet pick is like, this character isn't as good as we want it to be, but really love him, right? Just our kind of our little focus. It's almost like our favourite character from that set type thing.
I think this one's going to be quite a bit quicker than the other ones, even though there's more characters to get through.
Yeah.
Because these guys have been in the field the longest. But it's going to be interesting to talk to them about what's going to be happening moving forward with them as well.
Yeah.
All Might 1. I think, honestly, sits in C and pretty much just acts as an All Might for change.
Yeah.
I don't think it's had any results on its own. I think they've all been off the back of All Might 4.
Yeah. Again, it's almost like this is just a card in someone's deck rather than starting character, right? And I think that's how we should evaluate it, right? As a starting character.
Yeah, that's what we did for set 5 with Fat Gum 2, and I think All Might 2 All Might 1 at the minute is just a Fat Gum 2. No one plays it on its own, they all play it for the one punch. But I think you could still play it on its own and have a little bit of fun. I don't think it's unplayable. But I think
just looking at the symbols, looking at other things you can do, like why are you ever playing this guy over Deku 4?
Yeah.
Right? You are never doing that.
But
I would say this guy goes in D.
Competitively, yeah. So that's why S, A, B, didn't even think of it. But with the 5-hander meta that we're at now, with the symbols itself, I think someone could still play this at locals. And with the new Deku 4 attacks that have all got a lot more draw power and a lot more speed, you could get your hand size to a point where you could powerful up an attack and have it going for lethal without it having to be a Detroit Smasher or anything along those lines. I think he still says it's C, but I think he's the very low C. I think people would have fun playing him. I don't think he's completely unplayable.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Denki Kaminari, I think, goes into B. There's new.
I'm sort of debating whether he's a B or a C, to be honest. I think he has some cool moves he can do.
He gets new charges under Mirio, new charges under Nejire.
Does he get to play Futures now?
Yes, because there's a Futures now Jolt deck that's going around and stuff like that. I think he has one Futures now symbol.
So, yeah, I think probably bottom of B.
Yeah, a low B. He's got a lot of potential moving forward. Yeah. There's a lot of new charges coming in, and I think the Futures now has been a little bit of a power boost to him. It's just not consistent enough as it is. But
yeah, and as Lucky Star Kong says, he gets to do the silly ultimate combination thing.
Yeah, ultimate combination or reciprocal burst can do some. You just go Futures now, foundation, Jolt, stack it all in, reciprocal burst, GG. Kirishima 1, I think sits at D.
No, I think
he has literally done nothing since set 2.
No, I was going to say, I think C. I think he's actually fine for locals, right? I think actually he's alright. I think, but with the nerf, like nobody just wants to play it.
Kirishima 2 got the nerf and is still more fun to play. Kirishima 1 is like pulling teeth to actually get him. He was very overcorrected.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight on his behalf.
Eraserhead goes into S.
Probably, yeah. It's funny. I don't know where to put Eraserhead. I mean, I think he's probably in A because he hasn't necessarily done much, but also he now gets to do the void punch thing.
He gets void punches. He gets a lot of stuff on all. He gets a lot of stuff on death, and just from HLC participation alone, where the majority of the top decks were all Eraserhead 1.
Yeah, I think he's an S. Like he's always just going to be really good.
He has. I'm thinking. I'm thinking overall, like how does that, and he has got a lot more potential moving forward. The fact that Deku is bringing in a lot more kicks and that powerful and more speed, +2 speed, and then you've got the attacks that give themselves speed as well, is going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah. The Burb. So we can put the Burb in as a pet pick for me.
Okay. I didn't want to have to fight you putting him into A because he has literally done nothing.
I was going to say I love the Burb, and I'm wondering whether he should be in B. You know, I think he goes in A. I think Burb is still good, but it is not the format for aggressive seven-handers right now. I think he's obviously one of the better ones, and obviously has success. But losing one with nature hurts. Certainly on chaos, I do wonder whether he can do anything on evil.
I am interested.
He's mainly my pet pick here because I love playing Providence burning him under fire.
I like how when we were talking about it, like I don't think it's gonna work, and you fell in love with it the moment you actually built the deck.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's any good, but it's
fun.
Really.
But yeah, I think with the way the meta's slowed down and how we have a lot more defensive options, I do.
And think... he has put up the odd number here and there, right? He has put. Like, I think he topped Sheffield.
I think one go through.
Yeah, and I think he is interesting under Evil now, where he never was.
I think he'd get a high B, low A.
Yeah, I'd probably put him. I'd still put him in A. I think he is good enough.
I don't think he actually gains anything.
Yeah.
Season Brawler and Evil.
Yeah, because Draw was never really an issue for him, but Season Brawler is an excellent card that will go into a lot of decks, to be honest. So, yeah. I mean, if I'm ranking Tokiyami, he goes in A. Draw was never the issue on Fire, I found, because you had things like Stun Grenade, calling for backup.
But you can play it on Evil as well, can't you? You can play Season Brawler Evil.
Yeah. Fire was more surviving because you just melt and didn't really have very good defense. Or at least the deck I built did not have any defense.
Hinata Zero.
Zero 1 is very good.
I would usually put Zero into a B right away, but I think he drops down to C just because Mirio does it better.
Possibly, but drawing 2 cards is really good. And obviously, he does it on different symbols. Like, I don't know does he share any symbols in Mirio? I don't think he does.
No, Mirio is chaos, and good. So he doesn't share any symbols.
Yeah, so he doesn't get to do play any of the cool new Mirio stuff.
No, and that means he doesn't get things like the Mirio Foundation that gives you speed or damage depending on the zone. I don't think he gains that much.
No.
Apart from void punches.
He's either a very low B or a high C to me.
I'll put him at high to C, but if you think of any major justification for him to go to B, but I know there was a few people playing him at Sheffield and he didn't top cut. I know he can consistently get into 32 or 64, but I don't think he's proven himself at any point recently to get in the last 2/3 sets to justify going to B.
So Deku 1.
Deku 1 has to go to B because of Tam.
No. So, funny story, when I was testing last night, I was playing some games last night, the guy I was playing against was playing against Deku 1, but he was playing Deku 1. So I was playing Moonfish first. Obviously, he just once per games on any attack and Moonfish dies.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty hard counter. And then I played it with Shin. Now, Deku 1 says I get to guess 2 zones now for -3 speed rather than just the one against Shin.
Yeah.
So he managed to pick the one character.
I mean, that's a very specific counter matchup.
Yeah.
I do think Deku 1 is getting a lot more power, but I do think purely on the back of Tam getting him as far as he did in the middle of a very aggressive meta.
But he also does get to go what he was doing, the way he was killing me was playing like the new rapper attack, giving his next thing +2 difficulty, +3/+3. The future is now reverse throw, discard my hand, throw you for 1 million.
Yeah.
And it was playing it on order.
The main issue I think Deku 1 will come up against, there's a lot of damage reset in this new set. There's a lot of throw hate in this new set.
I think he's a top C, is how I would see Deku 1.
I'm going to do the same thing as I did with Sarah, but the opposite way. I'm going to put him in the bottom of B, just because he got to the second place of an RLE.
Yes, I mean that was a perfect storm, but sure, like he has put out some results and does gain some bits in like the rapper stuff, so sure.
Bakugo 1.
I want to put in B toward the top of B purely on
what's coming.
Potential. Yeah.
Based on what is coming, a lot of people are excited for Bakugo, but I would put him in there, but I'd put him below Denki. Because Denki is...
No, he's above Denki for me.
But Denki is still proving themselves in current RLEs, which...
Sure. But I think him being a 6 compared to Denki being a 7 is actually a big deal in the current meta.
I'll put you negotiated me for Midoriya, so yeah, I'll put Bakugo at the top of B for now.
Jiro obviously just goes in S. It's bloody Jiro. Everyone knows about it.
And I mean, there's more stuff coming. There's a new charge in Mirio. There's a lot. There's a lot of more stuff coming in. There's new echoes that she's going to get to play around with.
Yeah, Jiro is Jiro. Moneta 1. Is it D?
There's one card. There's one card that lets me which is why I'm going to slide it right up into pet picks, and that is experimenting with quirks. If I know I can block this attack and take no damage, I will happily lose 1 life, block this attack, lose another life, commit one of your you commit a foundation, then I'll gain 2. The ability to commit, reduce the speed to 0 to printed, and it can't gain speed buffs, is very underrated. And with how many going against a lot of all these new self card clogging characters, like you've got the new Kirishima attack that wants to stay in the card pool. You've got the character that locks cards into place. I think, and there's a lot more card pool. That +2 damage isn't negligible, but the ability to lose a life and commit my rivals down, I think Mineta 1 has been very underplayed. And I think with a lot of the new rechecking order stuff and Vile Seasons, he's just been completely written off as a joke character. But get on there, and we want to get good. We want to get good with Jasko, so we've got to put Lenoko's favorite character towards the top of the tier list.
I mean, sure. I mean, he goes in C at best.
Right? Nah, he goes right to the top. Look at him. Look at the sticky boy. Right to the top.
Momo, it just goes in S, right? Momo's always there and thereabouts. Always that. No, Momo's probably...
No, I'm going to say Momo's an A.
Yeah.
Got the second under Nate DeWalt, but then again, Nate DeWalt is a very experienced Momo player. It's a similar argument to me and Dabby. No one else.
Yeah, but I mean, other people do obviously love Momo and play
Yeah.
her.
Well, I mean, the person that beat Nate was also a Momo player, but was playing the other deck.
Nomu goes into A.
Nomu has
Nomu's
had
yeah.
consistent. I think
And like
Ochako.
he's just a big counter to two of the big stupid decks, right?
Yeah,
He's a big counter to the Duro big stupid attack deck. He's a big counter to the All Might 4 big stupid attack deck.
he's a counter
Like
to Deku. He's a counter to Kamari. He's a counter to a lot of stuff that basically goes. I'm going to
yeah,
hit you hard with these poke attacks, and you're going to have to deal with them.
yeah.
Still the best
So
named card. Yeah, Minato does have the best named cards in the game. This is true.
a Chaco one.
Ochako one I think is a solid C. Lots of fun to play, but I don't think
Again, I think she actually gets better stuff this set, right? Um,
But will you play under a Chaco 1 or will you just shove it into a Chaco 2?
well, I don't think that's the thing here. I think don't think the choice is those two. I think the choice is between a Chaco one and Jiro.
Yeah.
That's the two characters that are similar. Um, I would say she's a low B, and again, that's a purely gut feeling, like potential thing here.
I will
And
put
you
I
know,
will
I've
put
seen a
it.
lot of people with rumblings about a Chaco one.
Yeah, I
So
know Pippa wants more people to play Chaco 1, but I don't think she's gained enough specifically for her to justify B, but there is enough coming into the game under those symbols to make her a bit of a threat. Because after your charge or high attack resolves into momentum, even on life, getting to put a back alley haymaker directly into momentum is decent.
yeah,
Shoto 1, I think, is a solid C. I apologise, Will. William is a great Shoto 1 player. I play against him on TTS a lot. I don't think.
love Shoto one. Like Council on Face is never a bad thing, but he is a 7-hander, and he does do a lot of damage.
I don't think
Especially
enough is.
water, he can be very defensive.
Yeah, I just don't think enough has come in on this set to give Shoto anything extra.
Yeah, sure, I can buy that.
Tenya Ida 1. Decent responsibilities. I had a lot of fun in the first pauper, like the common ground event we played. Gets some decent kicks from Midori 4.
He's just a C, right? Again, he just done nothing, and he's fine, but he's just a C.
Where in C though? I'm thinking above Zero, below Shoto.
Yeah.
Shigaraki 1. Now this before set 4, I think most people would agree he goes into B because he does consistently show up, but he hasn't anymore since set 3. I don't think Shigaraki's shown up as consistently as at events as other characters.
He does laugh at Nomu, which is funny. He does gain all the evil stuff.
He's gained a lot, but it's a case of his destroy a foundation ability is not that relevant anymore. The +5
again, it is early game, but yeah.
I think the top of C.
Yeah.
Is where he belongs at the moment. The burn 5 is great, but there's so many more defensive options now than there was set 2, set 1.
Asui, I think, goes in the bottom of A or top of B.
I'd say top of A just because of the new ranged attacks that are coming.
No, I think So yeah, bottom of A. I think. I think Asui is still good. Just no one's playing her to an extent, right?
The bottom of A, based on what's coming, I think we might see some more coming back from there. But it's more. as you say, there's no room for hyper-aggressive 7-handers at the moment. The 5-hander meta just laughs at them and goes, yeah, you can try and kill me, but you're going to overextend and die on the backswing.
Yeah, I'm just like... The trouble is she hasn't done anything, but she is still very good. I know Yama won.
I think...
he goes into B, right? He's topped an event.
I thought you won the top event. Oh, you did on Def, yeah.
Yeah. I know, it was an Earth. I'm pretty sure it was an Earth.
On Earth?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he's topped an event, he's going to the top of B. I think it was a...
I mean, losing one with Nature, I think, hurts a lot, actually, because
yeah.
I think this was pre-one with Nature ban.
He does gain a lot, and flipping foundations is something he likes to do. There's a lot of flip coming in.
True form probably goes into A, right?
Yeah,
it's still a thing in the format.
So the reason I think True Form if the developers are asking players to test out All Might 4 in events just to see how if it is actually that much of a problem, I think he minimum gets A. I think the reason everyone's running Momentum Hate is because of All Might 4. When we were going for the Sheffield RLE, I specifically built my deck to go, okay, I can win without Momentum because of All Might 4. And if a deck is that impactful into the meta, it's a minimum of an A.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything really coming that will make that much of a difference to them. But
no,
because they don't really need anything there. But I think there's might be a couple of foundations they want to get their hands on that can do some stuff. Camry Woods, I think I think he's a low B. Jose and Assam have had some success with him. He's got his symbols are getting some decent buffs in the next set, and damage reduction for the entirety of the turn in the 5-hand meta, which requires stringing, is very good.
Again, I'd just put him like almost between Shigaraki and Shoto 3, to be honest.
Okay, I pushed for a few things, so I'll put that there. All Might 3 has...
All Might 3 goes into, I think, S, actually.
But has he actually done anything?
Yeah, I'm sure Broberg topped with him recently. And he's always in the sideboard of the All Might 4 decks, right?
True.
And I think he just gets more good stuff this set. Like, I was looking at Air Furies. Like, I think Air becomes more of a symbol. Good's always good punches. Like, drawing 2 cards on face and stats on face is just...
I'd settle for the tip-top of A, just because I don't think he gets to S at the minute, just because of how seasoned people are now against playing against it. I think new players coming in might struggle against an All Might 3, but people are so well versed playing against All Might 3 now that I think he more struggles. All Might 3 changes the way you need to play the game, but once you adapt to him, he's not that hard to beat. He has got
a few... I'm entirely convinced I agree. I think I would, like, looking just at set 4, I'd put him at A. But I think he gains enough from like the Deku 4 stuff, from like a lot of the Fury stuff. I think he just gets better this set.
I think S needs to be reserved for characters that have proven themselves really consistently that get better with the set. And I don't think All Might has proven himself to the point of S. At the moment, I think you had Chris Smith win with him, you've had Broberg top with him, but he hasn't actually done anything meta relevant in a long time.
Yeah, he does. Like he's always the sideboard.
Right? He's always talking about, but yeah, I think that would reduce him down rather than up because.
Because
you said before
we'll go with top of A, but
because you did say at the start we're going to address it based on how they are starting characters rather than where they actually.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Plus Ultra.
Ojiro 1 goes into D. we don't really need to talk about it much. He's just bad.
I mean, his once per game is pretty good, but yeah, I'm happy with D. Shoji, probably the same. You get there's a lot of self burn, and it's a commit for the same thing that All Might 2 does.
Yep.
Mina Ashido, I think, gets a very.
Goes into D.
No, why would she go into D?
Just to troll you.
I mean, she's got results in this season.
Yeah, so she goes into B.
And I think with the new abilities to be played from other zones, she's just going to get a lot more better.
Yeah.
Rob's probably going to hate me, but I think Mount Lady slides into D.
Yeah, Mount Lady's not good.
She's a lot of fun, but I only know one person that plays her, and he hasn't played in a while. All Might 2, I think, goes to above Kamui and C. Very good card. I just don't think it's improving himself in a long time.
Yeah, this is why I want All Might 1 into D. I think All Might 1 goes into D and All Might 2 goes into C.
Okay, you can go with that. Ochako 2 probably goes up into A.
Yeah, Ochako 2 is still good, right? And has consistently put people in top 16s and obviously won an event.
Consistently, won an event, consistently tops. And if you cannot stop that first attack, you're just gonna die that turn, most likely.
Heat 2 goes into D.
Asui 2 goes into D.
Probably, yes.
Hasn't shown themselves. I know one person that plays them, and they had a go at me for saying that Toya is a better Asui 2. They play her consistently, but it's one of those characters where you have to just put in hundreds of hours of games to essentially then fight for your life in every single game. Kurogiri 1, I would usually put into D because I'm not a big fan of him, but I think he gets enough he gets enough with all the stuff coming to evil for the defensive aspects.
He's still in a 19 health.
True. But deck manipulation and commit after your opponent's attack, you get to choose. He can mess up a lot of the stuff they're doing. And if
I'm just trying to think, is there any world where he's more than a D?
He was played by a lot of people at the HLC. Yes, they didn't do well, but that means that a lot.
He's bottom of C.
Bottom C. Midnight, I think, goes into A.
Yeah, Midnight is still good, right?
She's only getting better. She won Worlds, and defensively, she's insane at the minute. The amount of keywords that are on these new attacks, the amount of keywords that are on Val Seizing, a lot of attack, indiscriminate, 1.3 million. A lot of these they just become so much easier to block under Midnight.
Yeah. Present Mike 1 goes into D. He's
C. I put him into C just because of the Pillar 4 control, where you just...
No, again, if you want to do that, you do it with Said Night Eye, but he's just bad. He goes into D.
Sato 1, I think, goes into...
B.
Low B?
No, high B.
He's not been in events. He's not top 10 events.
He did. Yeah, he did recently. I'm sure he did in the Pasadena one, I think. I think Sato 1 is good. I could absolutely see Sato 1 topping events. So, yeah, I think he goes into B.
I think Toru 1...
Just one... No, that was Toru 2 that won, wasn't it?
Toru 2 won 1. Toru 1 was a decent sideboard for the characters that couldn't play Toru 1.
It's a C. Toru 1's a C.
It's a high C just because Toru 2 does it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew we were going to get through these quicker than the other ones because they've already kind of established themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. So we got Pet Picks, Tokiyami.
The ordering of certainly the bottom tiers isn't matter too much. I would probably move Asui 2 and Kirishima 1 to the top of D. But that's sort of splitting hairs really. Because yeah, she does get the tar-based support stuff. Like, I'd be Vasui 2 and Kirishima 1 just to the top of D, but like that's sort of about it, really.
So I'd probably put Cell 1 above All Might 2.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Like I said, I probably would put All Might 3 into S, but that's just a gut call on my behalf. You could possibly move Floppy down into B because hasn't done anything, but again,
Hasn't done anything,
stuff.
but there's a lot of stuff going on. Pure potential of the stuff coming in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of and there's a lot of stuff for if a card's moving from card pool this time.
So again, you could make the argument for Momo should be an S, but and again,
I don't think she gains enough in. I don't think she gains enough in the next set to warrant S.
And again, like I say, you could make the argument Midnight goes into S.
I am more than happy to move Midnight to S. I absolutely love Midnight, and I want to. I've been eyeing about building another Midnight deck because I've always played as a sideboard character, never played as a main board, and I lost to Midnight yesterday, and because it just completely shut me down. It was not fun to play against, but I bet Rob was having a hell of a time playing it.
Yeah. Just thinking about what she gains on the symbols, right? So she could do the whole punches stuff, so she gets all the deck who punches on Void.
She gains everything from the big three on Chaos. She gains all the stuff on All. She gains all the Deku stuff on Void.
Yeah. So, I'm happy leaving that there.
And we got Minata tip top of the tier, just for Lenoco, just for Guile, because it's a nice welcome back from your holiday treat if he does actually see this.
Cool. Well, I think that Jays do tend to watch all the content to an extent, but
I think Jasco pop in and out, and they make sure that when they eventually, if we keep going and we keep getting consistent enough, we will hopefully bring more people in. We're going to have a lot more fun doing it. I wasn't expecting too much of a viewership for set 2 and set 1 tier lists because they've been done to death.
Everyone's done them. Yeah. That wraps up the set 1. Thank you for watching, everyone. For those of you over on YouTube, obviously do all the things like subscribe, comment, all the algorithm stuff.
For those on Spotify, please follow the Spotify channel, get updated when we add new stuff to it. And we'll be back Sunday. Are we going to move to Sunday now?
Yeah, so I think I want to try and move to Sundays. Just as a little plug, so Patriot Games do a webcam locals for the UK guys. But obviously it's open 21. So, and I'd like to start trying to play in that more. And obviously we're doing this on Tuesday. With that.
I've seen their participation start to go down, so I'm going to message Sean if we move consistently to Sundays. I'm going to message Sean about possibly streaming the games as well to make more people aware, because he only advertises them in the UK group, they don't get advertised in the main group. But that'd be great, and I think we're back on Sunday looking over the Plus Ultra cards, the Provisional Star Championship cards, because we'll have all of them.
I guess sort of looking forward to Season 2, really.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Season 2. And shall I hold on to a couple of my class reunion kit boxes to have a look at there?
I think those have been done to death, to be honest, and also people hate them because of what they are.
You hate them. You hate them.
No, I think a lot of people hate the idea of the concept of them, but that's sort of a topic we can always get into another time.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for watching.
We'll catch you
off for now.
We'll catch you on Sunday.
Yeah, Brett needs to run off and obviously put my chronostasis trigger in the post. We'll catch you on Sunday.
Isn't it? Bye.
Bye.